Hey guys, so I'm back. I didn't get to do the video that I promised you guys the other day from Brooklyn to Long Island. Basically, the camera kept overheating. That was a pretty long trip anyway. So I do have another trip from Brooklyn. Just adjusting my headrest. I have another trip from Brooklyn to basically was this. Customer said it's Bayside, but it comes up as Flushing, so it is an hour away. We're gonna see if we can do it without the camera overheating, and I'm gonna start the drive. So I'm gonna start it and then let FSD take over. So there we go. All right, let me get my seat into the comfortable position. Relaxing. And first thing right off the back, we have people that are impatient because the car is going to do a full stop. It's going to nudge out and then go. I was almost about to take over, but whatever. 2 seconds that that jerk was beeping for is not going to make his life any better. So whatever. So I'm going to sit back and relax and enjoy the ride. Maybe I might try the live stream because I see this camera does have a live stream feature. And there goes a Tesla Model 3. Looks like a long range. I'm still thinking about getting one of those, just a daily. I love my Plaid, and it's like I do want to get another car, but in the same sense, then I'm not gonna drive my Plaid as much. And I love driving my Plaid. I just love my Plaid. So it's like if I get a second car, then I'm not gonna be driving my Plaid as much, and it'll be only on like weekends. And I just love, honestly, driving this car. I wake up every morning and I'm like, where do I gotta go? You know, because driving this car is so much fun, and letting it drive is so much fun. It's relaxing, it's therapeutic. It looks like we're gonna get some rain, so put my phone mount up and tilt it a little bit, so if I need to. I wonder if that guy's in FSD. No, I see his hands is on the wheel, so he's not using FSD. Some people don't like it. I mean, to each his own. Some people are not comfortable with FSD driving. To each his own. I love the tech. I love the technology. I'm a big tech guy. Still trying to get those new metas. I feel like the way that they launched those new metas was ridiculous. You had to try them on. You had to set up an appointment to get fitted for them. They give you like a little tutorial or workaround to, you know, like a little introduction on how to use them, and then you don't even buy them. Then you then put like an order in, and it's like pre-ordering it, and then they'll send it to you later on. And I put my email in, and I still have yet to get a confirmation like, hey, we have your appointment up to come try it on and possibly buy it. So I actually forgot about it. My cousin has got a pair. He loves it. I would like to try the new ones out because the new Meta glasses have, I think, is a 8 or 9 minute record time, which is the main thing, because the ones that I have, they only can record for 3 minutes. So if you like want to do like a decent video, you're gonna have to keep constantly pausing. Well, it's gonna stop, and then you're gonna have to keep re-engaging it, which is kind of annoying. Then you gotta go home and then put those videos together. And looks like it's another traffic Some more traffic, bumper to bumper, which to me, I think this is where FSD shines the most. I hate traffic. I hate driving in traffic. I get drowsy when it comes to traffic. Constant just sitting there. Sometimes it's like you're in a parking lot, not moving or barely moving. So that makes me drowsy. Makes me want to go to sleep.
Auto mute memory.
So it's perfect for letting FSD take over and handle that type of driving. Wake me up when it's time to do the canyon runs. And I'm gonna, so far, haven't had no real reason to intervene or disengage for the car. Only I was thinking about it because that guy was beeping me at the stop sign, which truly wish sometimes there's cops there that just lurk, because people like to not do a full stop, or they get mad when you do a full stop. I mean, technically you're supposed to, but it is what it is. But other than that, so far it's been pretty smooth.
K-band.
Sorry for my annoying radar detector, but I definitely keep it on because I don't like tickets. Actually got a ticket recently, well, not recently, it was actually last year, that hit my I got points on my license for it, and that was prior to me having the radar detector. And that is no joke, because that now my insurance, which saw it, and my insurance went up. It's ridiculous. I'm already paying an arm and a leg for insurance. I had a Nissan GTR that was stolen 2 years ago. And then even that same Nissan GTR, I had basically a no-fault accident that, even though they say it's no fault, still shows up on my insurance. And it was a $25,000 claim, so my insurance is through the roof. I actually had to do that defensive driving course, to lower my insurance. See, look at that nice transition into another lane. I don't think my hardware 4 car would have actually taken that and even accelerated that. There's a Lexus RX 300 behind us, RX 300 behind us, and he wasn't really trying to let us in, so the car did definitely accelerated a little bit to get into the lane, which I feel like my hardware 4 car would have never done that. It would have just still had its blinker on, trying to get into the lane while the cars would have been passing it, and it would have been still sitting there trying to get in, and it would have had to wait for someone to actually let it in. Maybe the hardware 4 cars have gotten a little bit better, because I had my Model 3 last year. I actually had traded it in July, but I had got it in November, so I was driving and living with that car for a couple, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, almost half a year. Maybe a little bit more than half a year. Maybe I'm not calculating those numbers right. Don't judge me. But yeah, so I was living with that car, and I had the latest software at the time. But I know that the software has gotten better now, and it's so many more updates after I got rid of my car. So maybe the software would have been better, and maybe they did add certain things now to maybe so where when it does try to get into lanes, it maybe is a little bit more aggressive. I just definitely felt like hardware 4 was not nearly aggressive enough, especially not for New York City, especially not for Brooklyn. As you see, I was at a stop sign and I was getting beeped because I was doing a full stop. The car was doing a full stop. So New York City, Brooklyn is not for the faint. You gotta be quick. If you're not getting in the lane and using some type of using a little bit of aggression, or being aggressive rather, people will just continue to just drive by. Very rare you're gonna see somebody let you in. It happens, but it's not as often. Got some good weather out here this week so far. Right now it's 68 degrees. I hope it stays like that. I would like to actually wash my car myself this weekend. Last week it was nice during the week, and then on Saturday it was like 30 something degrees, and I'm not going out there to wash my car in 30 something degrees. Probably could have done it, but I just don't like doing it in the cold weather. Let me see if this text messages went through for this customer. That's crazy that these messages still did not go through. All right. Phone is nagging me because I was looking at my my other phone for too long. And this is the boring driving that I see the comments so much. Oh, why buy a car that's going to drive itself? Why don't you just get on the bus? One, a bus is not this luxurious. Two, I have to wait on a bus. Three, this is like every time you get into your car is not going to be a blast to drive. Like, it's all types of driving is not always, it's not fun. If this was like on the highway and this is flowing, that'll be good. Maybe I could have a little bit of fun, open the car up a little bit. But even so, I'm working. I got other things to worry about. My mind is on other things. So being able to let the car drive itself is great. And like I said, being stuck in traffic, that's not exciting driving. There's nothing exciting about traffic. Nobody gets up and be like, oh yeah, I want to go sit in some traffic. Oh, that's just the greatest type of driving ever. Nope, nobody does that. Everybody hates driving in traffic. So this is perfect. Now I get to relax and chill and talk to you guys. Gives you a nice peace of mind too. You can sit back and think and relax. I'm pretty sure a lot of people, today is April 1st if I'm not correct, right? Yeah, today is April 1st, so I don't know if a lot of you, somebody in one of the Facebook pages almost had me going crazy because I woke up and there was like, they were on a beta and that they are testing out FSD version 14.2, I think it was .3.1, which was unsupervised. And I was like, what? I'm like just waking up and I'm looking at my phone and I'm seeing this and I'm like, whoa, what? This is, they have that? I was like, listen, I'm about to go to Tesla right now and trade in my car and get me a hardware for. Because if I would love unsupervised so bad. Being able to just get in the car, put it in FSD and let it just take me to my customers while sometimes I get customers calling in, sometimes I gotta place orders, sometimes I gotta check an order, sometimes I need to watch a little video on a repair that I'm about to do, because I work on so many different appliances. I work on every brand of appliance. There's not a brand that I typically like turn down for customers. So I do all different types of repairs that sometimes I haven't done a repair or I need a refresher, and I'll go look at a video on YouTube or whatever to how to do that repair so I get a refresher. And it would be great to be able to just let the car drive and be able to do these things that I was just talking about and not have to worry, So sometimes what I do is I end up having to get to the customer's house and then watch the video in the car, or if the customer's not on my back, I'll watch the video because how some customers will be like, oh my God, this guy's watching the repair video now. So no, it's just sometimes I need a refresher. or sometimes it's a brand new appliance that I've never necessarily worked on. I might need to figure out how to get the lid off for the first time. So, but yeah, I'm heading to a customer's house in Flushing, and definitely during rush hour. So got to deal with this rush hour nasty traffic, and this is the Belt Parkway. So the Belt Parkway is notorious for traffic, regardless of rush hour or not. Here we go. Windshield wipers. I don't know if you guys can see that, but ever since I've had this car, it's weird that it'll tell me periodically. I guess when the eye monitoring system is not necessarily active, so now it's active. It says attention monitoring system active. So when the attention monitoring system is not active, it will tell me to do slight force. But I noticed that sometimes after I do it, it says to detach hands-free device, and I mean, I have my mount on, but even if I take my mount off, it'll still give me that same nag sometimes. And I'm like, I don't have anything on the steering wheel, so I never understood why it just would do that. And it's almost every time that it gives me that apply slight force. See how long we'll be. And the crazy thing is, this customer is really not that far away, but when you factor in all the daggone traffic, that's what's making this drive so much longer than it really has to be. It's honestly probably like a 30-minute drive without the traffic. And now we're getting some rain, so we'll also be able to see how FSD reacts and how it does as well in the rain. I know that hardware 4 is definitely probably better in the element. So like I said, hardware 4 just is really just super polished. So if you have a hardware 3 car, it's not like, oh, I gotta have a hardware 4. You know, if you're like me and you want to be able to do start from park and let the car find a parking spot, and also you're looking for unsupervised, then yeah, go ahead and get a hardware 4. But if what I'm doing right now is just driving to, getting you to where you gotta go and letting the car drive, I mean, hardware 3 is just very capable. It's just not gonna, certain little things that hardware 4 does a little bit better, and I think that's just more, like I said in my other video, it's more side of the programming of what Tesla wants it to do. I think that if they give the same commands or the same power or ability to hardware 3, it could do a lot of the things that hardware 4 does. But Tesla, for whatever reason, just doesn't want to. We'll see, because they did say they're supposed to come out with a 14 Lite for hardware 3. Oh, that guy in that motorcycle, I guess he's trying to hurry up and get home so it don't start pouring. guys have any questions, feel free to mention them in the comments. Pretty good with, being live into my videos and responding if you guys have any questions. Matter of fact, I got a question for you guys. If anyone knows a refrigerator that would fit and work in the Model S in the center console, let me know. I mean, I would love to get that, because my center console has so much space. I just use it for a bunch of junk. That stuff could be put somewhere else, but I would love to be able to have some of my diet sodas and put them in there, or brisk iced tea, and have a couple of them in there, so that I don't really even need my my canteen cup, or whatever you want to call it, 24-hour cold and 24-hour hot cup, because it's always in the way. I would rather a can or something like that. Can have some of my favorite drinks. But if anyone knows, just drop the link in the comments for the Model S. I don't think the Model S Plaid in the long range makes it a difference. I'm pretty sure it's the same size in there. But if anyone knows a link for the refrigerator that will, I guess it would plug into the 12 volt, because there's a 12 volt down there. It's crazy is that when I bought this car, I was so pissed. I did not know there was a 12 volt down there, because it's hidden. So I had the Model 3 Performance, and I have, it's crazy is I actually gave it away. I have the tire inflator, compressor rather, and it was a 12 volt, and it was great. It was always handy, if you ever need a little add some air, you don't have to be running to a gas station. Just plug that bad boy into the 12 volt cigarette lighter, and I can add some air. And when I got this car, I didn't know, because they put like a flap over it. I just thought they got rid of the 12 volt until someone else was complaining about that on Facebook, and I was like, what? Why would they remove the 12 volt? And then people started posting the pictures, and I just felt just as stupid as the guy that was making the post, because it's literally in there. It's just a little flap. You got to push on it, and the flap will come off, and the 12 volt is there. So I ended up giving away the air compressor for nothing, and I ended up buying a USB one, which is hard. It's good, but it's horrible because it has to be constantly charged. So it sucks that a lot of the few times that I've actually needed it was dead. So I ended up having to, now, instead of just getting out and putting air in the tire, I had to charge that bad boy up, wait for it to charge, and then use it. With the 12 volt one, I just ever needed air, I plugged that sucker in, and I didn't have to worry about charging it up. The other thing is I'm using the Insta360 Ace Pro 2 camera, which is a great camera. I love the quality. It does do 8K 30 frames per second, which is great and awesome, but it seems to overheat once you're doing videos that are like 40-50 minutes long. And I was looking online, and it was like, yeah, just plug it in and remove the battery, but that doesn't work. I don't know what kind of Insta360 they were using. If you remove the battery and plug it into the power, it doesn't power on. So the only thing I did is I just left the flap open for the battery door, so that maybe that'll give it some ventilation. Plus I have the air on in the car, so maybe that'll help. The other day I didn't have the air on in the car. It wasn't as hot as it was today. So we'll see if this is going to be an ongoing issue with this camera, with the constant overheating if you're doing a video longer than 45 minutes, because this drive was technically 50-something minutes. We're at 42 minutes left to go, so we'll see if it starts to overheat when it gets down to 10 minutes, stuff like that. But other than that, I love the camera. It's actually really, really crisp. And they have so many accessories that you can do so many different things with it. They have this nice little basically turns it into a regular camera. Like, you can put the instant action camera in in the little thing, and it's like turns it into like a point and shoot camera, which is pretty cool. I have so many lenses for it too. I'm probably gonna get a different lens for when you get those very, very sunny days and you get that glare coming through the windshield. Probably put a lens on there to try to combat the sun glare. I think I might clip one of these parts and make it into a short about traffic. See, same thing. Hands on device. Hands on defeat device detected. Remove defeat device from stereo. I don't have anything on there other than my mount, but it's not a defeat device. Breakage in some of this traffic, or is it still gonna be, so far as red, it's turning orange? That's another thing. A lot of people prefer CarPlay. I mean, I don't really care for it. I never liked Waze anyway. Everybody wants CarPlay for Waze. Me personally, I don't really care for Waze. Waze is great if you possibly don't have a radar detector, but if you have a radar detector, then you really don't need Waze too much. Waze is good, but I don't like the routes that it takes a lot of the times. I used to work out in Deer Park, and I used to travel from Deer Park to Brooklyn, and a lot of the times it used to give me a route that basically when I put my address in Google Maps is like a good 20 minutes quicker, and I was like, I didn't understand, and I was wondering even when I was driving before using Waze, like, why was it taking me so long to get home? And it was because I was using Waze. I felt like Waze definitely was making me take the longer route, and I had every option for shortest route and things like that, and for whatever reason it never worked well for me. So I just always have gotten a radar detector. I prefer Google Maps, which Tesla's navigation is based off of Google Maps. Sometimes it does some stupid stuff too, don't get me wrong, but I can spot it. Like, I don't know why, like, it will be straight and then it'll tell you to make a right, make a left, make another left, and make a right to get back onto the same road that you was originally on if you could have just kept going straight. I don't know why sometimes it does that. I've seen people post that as well in a Facebook page about the GPS, does that. But that, to me, I mean, I definitely I see that, and I'm not taking that route. I'm gonna, even if I'm on FSD, I'm gonna disengage and just let it go straight. Or if I'm just regularly driving, I'm just gonna go straight and let it recalculate it on its own. All right, so traffic is breaking up. We got blue lines here, so we should see. Getting a little bit more faster pace so you guys can see how Hardware 3 is on the highway. I'm in hurry. Let's see what my max. So I'm gonna bump my max up to 85, and I will definitely monitor it if I get some hits on the, oh, look at that, you see that? FSD went around that left lane camper. That guy's just sitting in the left lane doing, if I'm doing 59 and I passed him he's probably hovering around the speed limit, which he should not be, in the left lane doing the speed limit. That is such a big thing. I from what I see a lot on the internet, I think that's a countrywide thing, that you have so many people that feel entitled to just camp the left lane, and they think that if they're doing the speed limit, that, oh, who are you? I'm doing the speed limit. No, you're supposed to move. That's called impeding traffic. We call it the fast lane. So you're supposed to pass. The left lane is technically for passing. We call it the fast lane because if you're in this lane, you should be going fast. And it's actually illegal to pass on the right. So you can technically get a ticket for passing on the right. So basically what my car just did is what you're supposed to do. That car was in the middle lane. It went into the left lane to pass him, and then it got out of the left lane and it got back into the middle lane. Even though the Tesla is not going to stay in the middle lane a lot, it will, usually find a faster flow and go with that lane. But it also usually does not left lane camp. If the car is in the left lane and there's a car
exceeding the speed.
I am talking, sir. If the car is in the left lane and somebody's approaching pretty fast, usually it will. Look at this. So great job. Tesla is slowing down because this guy in the Volvo is getting out of the lane, jumped in front of me, it slowed down. I was trying to merge, and these guys were really not letting me in. There was no space for the car to fit in. The car slowed down with that guy cutting me off, jumping into the middle of the lane. Okay. Oh, wow. What? Oh, my God. I don't like that, but I got to give that some credit because that was bananas. I ain't never seen Teslas do that. The car said, move, B, get out the way. Yo, that was crazy. That was crazy. I personally, if you're very impatient, that's what you would do. But, I'm a little bit mad, but not mad because the car just asserted itself so aggressively. A lot of people are going to have issues with that. I honestly, in New York City, sometimes you need that. Yeah, I probably would have never done that. I probably would have just sat and stayed in that lane. I was basically trying to say to myself, should I take over? How is it going to get back into that lane? And the fact that it just did that, that's crazy. That's highly illegal. I could definitely get a ticket for that. But I'm not mad at it. I like the character. I like the character in the Model S because it's showing people that it's not no pushover. That was crazy. It said, move, B, get out the way. Who says Teslas don't have personality? Who says that? That's one of the biggest things that gas car owners love to talk. Oh, Teslas have no personality, or EVs have no It just showed a lot of personality just now.
Front K-band.
A Model 3. What is this? That's a Performance. Yep, that's a Model 3 Performance on the left of me. Yeah, he's slowing down because that left lane is horrendous. I'm not even gonna lie. I probably would be in the middle lane, but once again, this car does not care about potholes. HW3 is not really worrying too much about potholes. It can't see them. It cannot see the depth of the pothole to know that it's something there. So if there was a marking on it, it would avoid it, but it's not gonna avoid them because it can't see that. I'm still amped about that maneuver that this car just did. Just truly excited about that. this phone off. This iPhone is bugging out. It's been trying to send a photo for like since I started to drive. I would be highly upset. I sent a text to my customer to let them know that I was on my way as well. I mean, if they didn't get that message and they're like, "Oh, this month ain't coming," that'd highly upset me, because then they would be wasting my time. What are you telling me to apply? What you call it for, buddy? Leave me alone. Let me relax. That's one thing that I can't. I wouldn't say can't stand, but it just gets annoying with Hardware 3. With Hardware 4, sometimes it does that too. It will have you, apply force, but it seems less in Hardware. Once again, the car was going to get over, but this guy, I guess he's instead of jumping over 3 lanes like an idiot, so the car just canceled it out because it didn't make sense to go into that lane. But Hardware 4 seemed to sometimes be naggy at points, and then sometimes it would never nag me, and it's like, I don't get it. Even with Hardware 3, sometimes it's like inconsistent, where there's times it nags me, it say apply a force or whatever, and then there's times it won't say anything, and I'm not doing anything different. I'm just sitting same way like I'm sitting right now, and it'll tell me, apply gentle force. I don't know why. I ain't doing nothing any different. So that's just sometimes annoying.
Red light camera ahead.
It's a nice RS5, nice blue. He's got it. It's a nice drop, but a little bit too low for me. I don't like when the tires are under the fenders. Like, his tires are definitely under his fender, so you know that any type of bump, anything like that, 9 out of 10 is going to rub somewhere along the way. He has to go sideways over speed bumps. Go forward. I guess it's slowing down because, I guess it was sensing bumps or whatever, because it was definitely slowing down, or I don't know if it was allowing him to get in front. I don't know. I gave it a little, and it changed his pep, but other than that, even that, you see that it moved a little bit over for that, that little pothole or crater, whatever you want to call it, because that's not even a pothole. Yeah, you see that guy in the RS5. He is dodging any little bump, and to me, that's if you have to dodge every single bump in the road, then that's a problem. I mean, it looks nice, but that's not a functional. It's not functional for me. One of the things that I definitely love about my Model S is that it has adjustable air suspension. I could, on the fly, raise the car, and it's not just the nose of the car, it's the whole car. I mean, that RS5 costs how much brand new, and that car does not have smart suspension. To me, is crazy. I could raise the suspension. Oop, wrong thing. I could read right now. I have it in low. I could put it on medium. Medium probably is better for like right now where I'm at, and medium will just continue to stay like that. To be honest, the car actually, if it's driving, especially in FSD, will sometimes automatically raise the suspension by itself to medium. I could also put it in high or very high. With high or very high, it will, you can lock it in for, I believe, persist at 35 miles an hour. So it'll stay there until you exceed over 35, and then it'll go back down. I mean, to me, people say a luxury, that's a luxury right there. I mean, and the fact that there's XYZ amount of cars that cost just as much as a Model S or more that do not even have smart air suspension. The other thing is that every time I adjust it, I could geotag it to that location. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. I'm telling you, my hardware 4 would have never made that lane change just now. It would have, that truck was right there on my right behind me. It would have never made that. It would have just sat there because it's too close. How is he gonna do this one? Because this car is just not letting him in. So he's gonna pull up. Let's see what it does.
Front KA band.
It's gonna give up, or is it gonna try to? It's gonna try to get back in. I'm not gonna intervene. I'm gonna see what the car does. You're gonna see how it's gonna manage this, trying to get in. This is why I wanted to do these videos, because this is a perfect example in New York. You should have gone. How FSD would handle, should you say, New York? Because New York is not the same everywhere. I mean, everywhere is not the same driving. So let's see. It should have took that gap before. Let's see if it's gonna take this gap. Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. I gave it gas this time. I couldn't let it because it seemed like it was going to let a lot of them go. Surprised it wasn't as aggressive. Like, come on now. You just turned into Mel Gibson Mad Max back there a minute ago, and now you want to turn into a little sissy. But this is why I make these videos, because I just want to give you an idea of how New York City is different from everywhere. A lot of other places, they would have been let me in. You know, they would have let you in. But New York City, nah. People not letting you in. They don't care. They don't care how politely you ask. I've asked people, can I get in? And they're like, no. So it's like, all right, well, I have to try to get in where I fit in some other way. So, but New York is definitely not for everyone, driving-wise. I mean, it's not for everyone, period. But yeah, driving in New York is definitely different. So it's taking me to the Cross Island. So we got 19 minutes left in this drive. We had some fun stuff. We had some boring stuff. We had some okay stuff. So far, it's a good drive. I haven't, like I said, I haven't had to actually take over yet. All I've done is nudged it. And you know what's so crazy? I was thinking about this. I'm saying giving it gas. So you tell me in the comments, what should I be saying now? Because I'm not giving it gas. There's no gas to give it. I'm pushing the pedal. Am I giving it electric? If I giving it lightning bolts? So you tell me, what should I rename the gas pedal for in the EV?
Red light camera ahead. Speed camera ahead.
Give it a little bit of electricity. I give it a little zap. There you go. I gave it a little zap. That's what I'm going with. It's no more, in the EV, it's not giving it any gas anymore. I gave it a little zap.
Speed camera ahead. You are exceeding the speed. Auto. Mute memory.
One of the most annoying things about all radar detectors is they pick up so much BS. Jesus Christ. Like, I'm on the highway. There's no street cameras.
Speed camera ahead.
There's no speed cameras, buddy.
You are exceeding the
It's
speed.
picking up speed cameras over there. And I've had the unit in R7 prior to having this R8, which that was stolen in my GTR. That was in the GTR when they stole it. And prior to the GTR, I had a Valentine 1 in all my other cars. Had a BMW 335 hardtop convertible manual with fish guts. Up, look at that, nice job, car. That guy jumped behind us, and the car said, no, that's not safe. I'm gonna stay where I'm at. It might turn the blinker off because there's really no reason for us to change lanes anymore. Let's see if it's gonna still try to change lanes. Like I said, I'm not gonna mess with it. I'm gonna see. Listen, it's FSD drive is like, you got a kid. Sometimes they gotta figure it out on their own. Let him figure it out on his own. So I'm not gonna mess with it.
Mute memory.
I don't know what's up with this person in this camera. You guys couldn't see it. But they jumped from the far lane right to all the way. They jumped behind me and all the way to the left. I don't know what. Like, some people just be driving crazy. Like, I see stuff. I drive literally every day for work. I'm back and forth to customers, and I see some of the craziest things. I see people racing in cars that they should not be racing in. I don't get it. You got people that have cars that they barely ever maintain. You can see the wires on their tires. And they're up there switching lanes and things like that. And it's like, bruh, what are you doing? You're trying to kill yourself and everyone, because if your car's not maintained, you don't got good tires on. What are you cutting across 3 lanes and doing things like that, and slamming on the brakes? The other day it was a group. I was on the FDR, and it was a group of Hyundai Accents, all of the small Hyundais, and they were just going crazy on the FDR. And mind you, it's a lot of traffic. That's a move I would have made just now. I would have got from behind that car. But they were just going crazy. It was so much traffic, and I There's times I drive fast and I'm not scared. I don't get scared, but they were scaring me because of how reckless they were. So I'm back. So the camera didn't overheat, but the battery died. So I do have some new batteries coming tomorrow. They're 1950 milliamps. So, and it comes with 3 of them, and it's an actual fast charger. So we'll see. So yeah, I did the video turned off, and I just swapped the battery. I actually snapped the door off for the daggone camera, so I'll have to put it back on when I stop this video. But yeah, the other day I was on the FDR, and these Honda, I don't know if they were stolen cars. The way they were driving them was like they were stolen. And like I said, I'm normally not scared. These cars will fly by me all the time on the highway and things like that, just doing crazy speed, and doesn't normally really bother me unless it catches me completely off guard. And but never really am I like scared driving. But that day, I was not only scared for myself, because one, don't wreck my car, bruh. Don't hit my car, wreck my car, don't total my car out. And then you might not even have insurance. But I thought they were going to hit somebody else, because the way they were in and out of the lanes, and at one point they were going around a turn, and the guy went from the far right lane all the way across to the left lane, and you could see his car, he had to completely readjust, or the car was skipping and losing traction or whatever, and he had to like readjust it. And I'm like, oh my god, he's gonna hit the back of that car, or the back of his car is gonna come out, and it's gonna be a wrap, and it's gonna be a nasty accident. And the thing is, the reason I'm really scared, one, because he's gonna probably hurt somebody, but I'm behind it. So now if he hits somebody in front of me, now I gotta try to play avoidance. Look at this Model Y. This guy's got so many stickers and things all over. Oh, it's a lady. She got so many stickers all over that car. But yeah, like if he gets into an accident in front of me, now I gotta try to avoid the accident. And I've been in that situation before, and it's not a fun situation. A long time ago, I had a Pontiac GTO, and this Honda Accord, I don't know what was up with this guy, but we was going to like a car meet, and we was having a good time on the highway. We was pushing it a little bit, and this guy in a Honda Accord, I guess he gonna show everybody, and he came by flying past me, and it was a turn coming up, and he took the turn and he lost control. So like he got in front of me, and now the turn came up, and now he's trying to turn, and he lost traction, and he started to skid, and he hit a car in the middle lane and knocked that car over the divider into oncoming traffic. And when he went in, I was in the left, I think I was in the middle lane. He was in the left, in front of me in the left lane. When he came over, he hit that car and then bounced back. So now I'm trying to avoid him, and I just was slowing down and going left. So I eventually went into the shoulder, and from his car hitting the other car and coming back towards me, I guess his battery must have exploded or whatever may be the case, and the battery acid then got onto my hood, and it actually ate through my hood. That was on my Pontiac GTO. It's a horrible accident. I stopped and went back, but it was too dangerous because it was such a cloud of dust, and cars were just coming through them like on some damn movie stuff. Like I'm trying to come back to make sure and see if people are okay, if people need help, and I'm almost getting ran over. I was like, oh hell no, I can't see nothing. These cars can't see me. So I did basically just get in my car and take the heck off, because I was not trying to get hit. So we're 5 minutes out from my destination. It's been a pretty exciting ride. I mean, there was some boring parts with the traffic. Like I said, when my car turned into its own Mad Max, it was pretty great, and then turned into a sissy.
Speed camera ahead.
It is what it is, but
You are exceeding
no
the speed.
interventions, just a zap, not a giving it gas, just a zap, you know. What are we getting off exit 30? Oh, I did see a new job come up. Let's see. Try to mute the radar detector because sometimes it is just annoying. I mean, I honestly am used to it. I actually tune it out, but I just know that it's just interference for the video. So it's going to be annoying to you guys. I'm pretty sure if you guys get in the comments, you might see somebody complaining about it. That's if people comment. I mean, it'd be great if you could like and subscribe. Alright, so we're about to get off at exit 30. 30E for East. Like Easter, right? We're in April, right? Easter. Look at that Ionic 5. I like those cars. I just, the things that would stop me from buying like an Ionic 5 is, one, the range. There's no reason that car cost was it like $40, $50, $60,000, and it's only got a range of 240, 250. And so, you know, if oh, look at that, good job FSD, avoiding that accident. If that guy would have came over, the car was automatically going to slow down. So people always ask me, oh, do you feel safe? Like, I definitely do feel safe. Why would I not? The car is definitely going to try to avoid and stop and slow down and do things the right way. Coming in hot, huh? I will call that customer back in 1 minute. I would like to just complete this video. Probably should get over. I think you should get over.
Auto. Mute memory.
Or is that not a lane? Oh no, yeah, there's 2 lanes, so probably should get over. Now, I would normally, if I was driving, I would signal, put the blinker on to get over, but I'm gonna like I said, I'm not gonna mess with it. It's no big deal. I wonder what it's gonna do because the destination dot is coming up. They're gonna stay behind this bus. My customer is over there on the left, so
Front K-band.
I'm actually probably gonna take over because I think I should make a left. Yeah, I'm gonna take over. So that concludes our video, people, and I'm gonna bust this left. That concludes the video. Thank you. Like and subscribe. Thank you.